Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 and another part of this series with Newcastle United, where last time we had left off and it was in September. We are now all the way through to January and the new transfer window, so we really have kicked on from the early season and put together a bit of an inconsistent run of form, if I'm entirely honest. When we left off, we had beaten Bayer Leverkusen 3-1 and Manchester United 3-1. That was a massive game in the Premier League. We then dispatched AS Monaco 4-0. I'm just trying to remember, we did definitely have Neymar by this time in the club. He scored twice, Callum Wilson scored twice. The main thing to know about Neymar is he is now happy at the club, so there's no longer that risk of me having to sell him before the end of the season. He is happy to stay. We did, however, lose 2-1 to Liverpool. I'm hoping that this will just actually work now that the full game is released and we can just go in and watch the highlights. You can see it's a really difficult Liverpool team. They brought Jadon Sancho in, Odegaard in the middle as well. Jordan Henderson, though, playing at left back is interesting. Now let's just switch this to the goals. And you can see Neymar's free kick pulled back by Ayer and Declan Rice gave us the opening goal. But early in the second half, Liverpool come back at us. Mo Salah with the ball in behind for Wijnaldum, and our former player makes it 1-1, and then just a couple of minutes later there's this habit of us conceding 1-2 really quickly, and Fabinho this time having the shot. Mainan got a hand to it but couldn't stop the ball going into the back of the net, so we were beaten 2-1 by Liverpool. We were then dumped out of the EFL Cup 3-1 by Manchester United. We went 2-0 down, Neymar got one back but Dybala late on making it 3-1. I would show that game, but given it's just the EFL Cup and we've gone out, I don't think it's too important to see that. We did beat Watford 5-0 though. Curtis Jones, Neymar, 2 for Wilson, 1 for Senesi. And against Monaco 3-0. Curtis Jones and Neymar started to create a bit of a scoring combination between the two of them over the next few games. Almiron with the third against Crystal Palace. Jesus, Rice and 2 for Odsonne Edouard up top. You'll see that Wilson was injured around this time for a few weeks. So we had to bring in Edouard, who did a really good job up front at the time. We rotated the team quite a bit for this game against Shakhtar and were beaten 3-1 as a result. None of our major players in there, but it allowed us to beat Bournemouth 5-0. Neymar with a hat-trick in this game. Szoboszlai and Senesi both scoring as well. But once more, we rotate the team in the Champions League, get beaten 1-0. We'd already won the group by that point, so it really didn't matter, and we did manage to, of course, get through reasonably comfortably in the end. Everton, we beat 1-0 as a benefit of having rotated the team. And then you got into the World Cup, which was won by Spain in the end, which was a little bit of a surprise. I put in a bunch of friendlies because we only had about 8 players actually at the World Cup by the latter stages, so I thought the rest of the team needed to be playing matches. You can see we were beaten 5-2 by Liverpool, but then smashed Man United 5-1. Callum Wilson with a hat-trick in that game. And returning to Premier League action, we get a 4-1 win against Blackburn. Callum Wilson, Curtis Jones, Jesus and Sam Maximan all on the score sheet. And against Derby County, now you might think, oh, he's put the kids in and he's been beaten by Derby County in the FA Cup third round. That isn't what happened. I put out a really strong team. Neymar was on the pitch. It was a strong team and we were beaten 2-1. So we were dumped out the FA Cup. It does allow us to focus on the Premier League and the Champions League. And going out against Stoke, we did get a 3-0 win to get back to winning ways. 2 for Wilson, 1 for Gabriel Jesus to make it 3-0. And so we can be really happy with the Premier League form we've had since coming back in January. Unfortunately, the rest of it not quite working out as well. And in our Champions League title defence, we are taking on Porto in the knockout stages of the Champions League. But we've got quite a way to go until we get to those Porto matches. So today we're playing another away game. This will be our third and then fourth away games in a row. This one against Manchester City, currently 9th in the league, so I'm hoping we can get a win. And then against West Brom away from home. We'll also see if there's any January transfer business that does need to be done. But if we have a look at that league table, you can see we are just 1 point behind Arsenal. So actually, I'm tempted to maybe do the Man City game and the Arsenal game today. That probably makes more sense. So I'll show both of those matches and we'll see if we can win this game in hand and overtake Arsenal to have a clear lead at the top of the Premier League. But first, it's Manchester City that we're taking on. You can see we're starting with Wilson and Jesus up top, Neymar and Umtiti forming a good bond down that left flank, the 2 former Barcelona players. Jones on the right with Alvarez, Rice and Antonio in the middle, Koopmeiners in the air in defence, and Woodman in goal for this game. I am expecting us to win this match. Man City, for whatever reason, not having a great season at the moment. So we've got a real opportunity here to get 3 big points away from home against a difficult team in Man City. And we're starting off with Alvarez taking the throw in. It goes into the middle. Laporte clears it away. Alvarez back across to Marcos Antonio. Alvarez once more in a lot of space, and he's somehow hit the defender despite all that space. It's back to Onana, who sends it forward. Ayer to Jones. Comes through the middle. Cleared away by Salmakers. Now Umtiti to Antonio over the top for Neymar, who's been so deadly, and he's just missed that far post there. A real chance to make it 1-0. Neymar has been scoring for fun, especially since he came out and said he was happy at the club. And now Alvarez with the throw in into the middle. Jesus arriving, but Onana comes and makes it his own. Nobody putting Onana under pressure there, and he's released Correa straight in behind the defence, chips the keeper off the crossbar, and Alvarez away. That's a real reprieve for our team. Theo Hernandez puts the throw in, but we've got a chance here. Curtis Jones charging forward through to Callum Wilson, who's been clinical as usual for us this season. Rice tries to pick out Jones, but Theo Hernandez gets across. Ayer to Rice again, looking for Neymar and finds him. It's put across towards Jones, but Jones doesn't seem to necessarily be having the best game, and Sterling, who's caused damage against us before, is unable to beat Freddie Woodman in goal. McNeil taken out by Umtiti, and City will get a free kick around the corner flag, which they are going to take through De Bruyne, and that's gone straight out of play. I'm not sure we necessarily needed to see that highlight, Football Manager, but it was shown nonetheless. Now this Man City team, not the most deadly in the world. I'm not sure about this McNeil playing on the right flank. That's not the McNeil that we know of. Surely that's got to be a regen. Maybe it isn't. But Correa leading the line as well. I'm not entirely convinced of their attacking credentials outside of Raheem Sterling and De Bruyne in the middle, of course. But here's Phil Foden trying to do some damage. He's managed to get through, and he's dinked it over the keeper as well. Phil Foden, of course, at this point has developed into one of the best midfielders in the game, and he's shown it there, getting his 5th goal of the season. Theo Hernandez laid it off for him. He had a lot of work to do here, but he beats, I think that's Ayer that he's beaten comfortably. Ball dinked over the top of Freddie Woodman in goal, and it's now 1-0 to Manchester City. And we have just not been playing well today. Manchester City deserved their lead. They certainly deserve it more than we do. And we need to make sure that we certainly don't concede a second here. The ball's gone in. Easy for Freddie Woodman to take as he brings it back from the goal line, launched forward. Wilson's up there, but Laporte away to Sterling, into Correa. Rodrigo flicks it out to Theo Hernandez, who's been doing damage down this left flank. He puts it across, and Correa, Angel Correa, only his 4th goal of the season. He's not a natural out-and-out striker, but he's made it 2-0 just before half-time. And I said we really needed to make sure we didn't concede a second goal here. It is going to throw away that game in hand that we had and mean that Arsenal will lead the table by a point unless we can turn this around in that second half to come. But it doesn't look like we will at the moment. 2-0 down, and a huge amount of work to do from the team to come back from this. But we'll see what we can do in the second half. I'm not going to rush to make any changes. I might take Curtis Jones off because he's not been great today. Alvarez puts the throw-in Jesus in there, but cleared away by his old teammates. Now Phil Foden to De Bruyne. Finds Correa, the goal scorer. Ball out wide to McNeil. And he's looking for a goal. Umtiti's brought him down. And that is almost certainly going to be a penalty for the tackle from Umtiti. Chris Kavanagh having a look at VAR, but it's going to be confirmed for sure. And that is a penalty. We're going to have to make some sort of change here. If we bring Edouard on down that right flank. De Bruyne with the penalty. And Woodman with the save. Keeping us in the game right now. I'm also going to see if we've got someone who can come on for Jesus. But it doesn't look like it, really. We don't have a huge number of options. We do have a couple of injuries affecting the team right now. So I think we just have to stick with what we've got. Now we've brought Edouard. Oh, right, we've brought Edouard on in the wrong position. That explains a lot. Let me just maybe jump into the tactics for a quick second and fix that for us. And then we can take him off, bring Dembele on. There we go. Umtiti down the line for Neymar. Can we get a goal before this change is made? It's in behind. Wilson is in behind. And it's saved. Ruben Dias pulling the ball away as well. Denying us the chance to get a goal back. And here's Sailmakers. Tackled. Edouard winning the ball. Playing it through to Marcos Antonio. He's been quiet today. Ball in behind from Neymar. Wilson first time into the top corner. And Callum Wilson, what a way to get his 30th goal of the season. The third season in a row that he's hit 30 goals. Of course, he's hit many more than that. He's well over 100 goals for the club now. But that's a beautiful finish. And an assist for Neymar as well. Could this be the start of a wonderful comeback? Onana out to Ruben Dias. Ball launched by Laporte but given away, and Antonio now in behind for Neymar, in on the goal, and Neymar has made it 2-2. Neymar set up the assist for the first goal, and he's come and scored the second here, his 12th goal of the season for us, showing how important it's been. Antonio there just finding Neymar in behind, and he's got the composure to run at the goalkeeper and slotting it into that far post for 2-2. Now, can we get a third goal? That's the real question here. Can we go and try and win this game? Forward to Ousmane Dembele. Ball over to Marcus Antonio. Now Rice. Back to Antonio. Alvarez into the middle. Back to Rice. Now Antonio once more. Finally found a bit of room for Ousmane Dembele. Into Wilson. And he's hit the post. Edouard, though, with the rebound, has made it 3-2. And we are coming back from 2-0 down at half-time to lead 3-2. That would be an achievement on Steam if we manage to see this one out. I don't think I've done this yet before, but Wilson hitting the post there. Edouard, right place, right time. 5th goal of the season for the Newcastle number 9, and we are in a fantastic position here to see this game out. I'm going to switch to cautious because Manchester City are absolutely going to come back at us. Woodman to Ayer. Now Antonio outside to Neymar. We seem to be playing with some confidence now. It's back to Coop Miners. Forward to Neymar once more. Over the top for Wilson. He's got him behind again. And Wilson denied by Onana, not being allowed to get a 4th goal for us just to see this game out. We're going to have to switch to a slightly defensive mentality now as well. We've used all of our substitutions, so we just want to see this game through. De Bruyne's free kick is cleared away by Antonio eventually. I'm not sure that our keeper actually managed to get to it, but Arke puts it in. Sterling denied. Senesi forward, but Ruben Dias gets there. He's got the ball, finds Gabriel Marino, and Correa blocked off. Antonio still has it, and eventually we clear the ball away. 5 minutes of added time. We've gone very defensive. I'd love to see this game out because it will give us a huge confidence boost if we manage to win this. But Onana plays it forward. Neymar's won it. He's got an injury. He's still going, Neymar, and he's just put that one wide of the post. Not great keeping Neymar out there with a knock, but we don't have a choice at this point. We need to win this game. Rodrigo plays it over the top. McNeil has got onto it. Correa trying to push out wide to Sterling, who's got the ball to the byline, and it's gone out for a goal kick, and that should, with a very defensive mentality, bleed us out pretty much to the full-time whistle. Woodman taking his time. I mean, if I were Woodman, I wouldn't kick this ball until I got a yellow card, but he's sent it out eventually. He now plays it forward. Few seconds left as the ball goes forward, and there it is, a 3-2 win. What a comeback that was, to come down from 2-0 down away from home against Man City, and the achievements just popped up. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is the comeback king achievement for coming from 2-0 down at half-time to win the game 3-2, and it also takes us to the top of the table. Man City now down in 9th place, really struggling, but we're in a fantastic position at the top of the league with just the Champions League to worry about as well. But we're not yet at the halfway stage. There's still a long way to go to win this title. But I'll see you in the next match for Arsenal. We'll take on West Brom in the meantime, but we should be winning that. And then Arsenal is the next big opponent. In that game against West Brom, we did again manage to find ourselves 2-0 down. Nathan Redmond in the 8th minute and Ahmed Hassan with a penalty in the 34th minute put us 2-0 down away from home. But again, we managed to come back, this time only a couple of goals. Wilson and Jones. Jones with an excellent free kick. Wilson was just played in behind as always. And a 2-2 draw was the final result. We had chances to win it late on, but weren't able to pull the trigger. And it means in the Premier League we are still top of the table, but unbeaten Arsenal level on points with us, both teams on 17 points. Everybody else a little bit further back. United, if they win, would go to 39, but they'd still be 4 points behind us with the same number of games played. So really I think it's between us and Arsenal for the title this season. And Arsenal, of course, are the team we are playing today. So if we just jump in towards the team sheets to see how Arsenal are lining up and how we're lining up. It's going to be a tough game. The Arsenal team doesn't look like it's been massively overhauled. So they've got Lacazette, Pepe, Gabriel Barbosa, Garner, Isco, Tagliafico, Partey, Marcao, Jimenez, Holding, Leno. It's not a fantastic team. It's not the kind of team you look at and think, right, of course they're challenging for the title. So I would expect to beat it because our team is stronger throughout. Now the big player missing for us is of course Neymar. That injury he picked up in the comeback against Man City means that he's going to miss a few games, but we do have Curtis Jones, Ousmane Dembele able to come in, Rice and Antonio in the middle, Jesus and Wilson up top, and the usual defensive formation, and Freddie Woodman continuing in goal. Now we are at home finally after I think 4 away games in a row, and Marcus Antonio with a free kick puts it into Senesi, and it's on the line, it's ricocheting around, and it's ended up in the arms of Bernd Leno. That would have been the perfect start had we managed to force that ball over the line, but nothing yet. I would imagine we're going to get the win today. I don't think Arsenal away from home are going to upset us too much, and we are, I think, the clear favourites. Titi with a throw-in towards Jones, cleared out to Gabriel Barbosa. We have been going 2-0 behind a lot, but this time Senesi's got the ball now. Marcus Antonio to Wilson. He's on 31 goals for the season now, I think. Alvarez over the top towards Jones, cleared away. Declan Rice isn't going to get there. It's gone to Lacazette, but a big tackle from Declan Rice, managing to get across, and now Freddie Woodman. Forward to Rice. Players making a run. It's Callum Wilson trying to make the run. Rice keeps going, finds Wilson in behind towards Jesus, who gets there. Now Rice into Wilson, Dembele building pressure, and Declan Rice just putting that one wide of the post. Bernd Leno just sending the ball out straight away, finding Dembele, who's charging at the goal, and it's given it straight back to Leno there, drilled right at Leno for an easy pick-up. But another opportunity there, and we've had 7 shots already, 4 on target, lots of opportunities to try and get past Arsenal, who are yet to have a shot. We're also dominating the ball, which is not usual for us. Marcao puts the ball forward straight to Senesi. Arsenal don't seem to have a huge amount of ideas at the moment. And Titi receiving the ball on the left flank as we move down that side of the pitch. Jones has cut into the centre now though, and he's still going, Jones, and that one has gone wide of the post. Not able to steer that one into the bottom corner, and we're heading towards half time where we've been the better team, but we've not been able to make the breakthrough. So I'm going to tell the team I'm not happy because we really should be finishing some of these chances. Alvarez with a throw-in. Keeper has come and claimed it very theatrically. Leno launches it forward. Marcus Antonio with the recovered ball over to Curtis Jones, and he's put it wide. Curtis Jones, he has to be scoring that kind of chance. He's not been impressing me very much lately, Curtis Jones. And I'm going to take him off for Alan Saint-Maximin. Here's Dembele moving out to that left flank. He's got options. There's Gabriel Barbosa of all people going in with a big tackle. Senesi across to Declan Rice. He finds Ayer on the right flank in a lot of space. Pulled back to Marcus Antonio. Ayer's managed to keep the ball despite Pepe's tackle. Back out with Ayer inside, and Ousmane Dembele with the excellent run and finish inside that near post against Bernd Leno. Nice little bit of movement this from him, and a good bit of play from Ayer when he gets the ball here. Back from Marcus Antonio, that little ball in behind, and Dembele with the first time finish accurately placed inside the near post for a 1-0 advantage. Curtis Jones just coming off now for Saint-Maximin, and Arsenal, who've only had 1 shot in the game so far, not looking like a title challenging team. However, you could certainly say that given we're playing the team level on points with us at the top of the table, that we are playing like a title winning team. Going to bring Matty Longstaff on for a little game. We've got 15 minutes to go. Alvarez with the throw in towards Bernd Leno, who does take the ball comfortably. Of course, it only takes 1 chance for Arsenal to score, and making sure that doesn't happen here. Longstaff out to the right flank, comes back inside for him. Declan Rice through to Edouard, and Edouard with the finish. Scores again, 6 goals now for him this season as we take a 2-0 lead. Edouard does love scoring in these big games, and with a 2-0 advantage we should be opening up a nice 3-point lead at the top of the table after what will be, I think, 18 matches. So we're getting towards that halfway point, and we are in control of the title's destination at the moment. 10 minutes to see out here though. Arsenal don't look like a team that are going to come back. They they're performing as I thought they would with the way they'd set up. There was nothing in that team that made me think they should be at the top of the table, so it does make me wonder whether Arsenal are going to actually be our title challengers as they finally get through. Woodman makes his first save in the 89th minute. Corner from Emile Smith-Rowe, cleared out by Senesi. Rob Holding just running onto it, but being forced away. 4 minutes of added time to go. Saint-Maximin picking the ball up in the middle. Senesi switches it out to the right flank. And Ousmane Dembele forward to Wilson. Been quiet today, out to Saint-Maximin. That pace of Saint-Maximin and Dembele will be devastating against a lot of teams. When you throw Neymar into that mix as well. Gabriel Barbosa, though, has got inside and he's managed to score. And that's what I said about one chance and they might score. They've done it there. And we've got 3 minutes of added time to see out here with a 1-goal advantage. And it's why we had to get that second goal, because there's always this risk. Gabriel Barbosa's second goal of the season for Arsenal. We've got a few minutes left. It looks like we will just see this one out. And indeed we do. It's a 2-1 win, which makes the game look a lot closer than it was. It was an absolute destruction of Arsenal. And it means we open up a nice 3-point lead at the top of the table. Brighton 8 points behind. United now 10 points behind, but they do have 2 games in hand. So maybe Manchester United might be our rivals. Liverpool and Spurs not too far behind either, so it's a little bit tight. The table certainly still taking shape at this point, but if we look ahead to where we might be when we come back, I think we'll probably play through an awful lot of these games because there's not any major matches, and I might come back for this Porto Spurs doubleheader because obviously the World Cup's knocked out the flow of the league campaign a bit. I imagine we'll get through against Porto without too much trouble. So maybe that second leg and Spurs is the next point to come back. And then we've got a few tasty games in the league to come. So that'll be where we come back next time. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure to drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. But until next time, see ya.